Llama3 and Mistral both describe themselves as open-weight AI models. Both allow weight downloads. Both have communities built around fine-tuning and local deployment. The openness each claims is different, and the way each falls short of it is different. Meta's Llama has never had a truly open license. The Meta Community License restricts commercial use above 700 million monthly users, allows Meta to revoke access, and is not OSI approved. The restrictions were present from Llama 2 onward. Mistral's Apache 2.0 was real. Mistral 7B and Mistral carry no commercial restrictions, no user thresholds, no revocability. The problem is that Apache 2.0 does not extend to the best Mistral models. The company that posted a torrent with no strings attached in September 2023 now has restricted commercial terms on its flagship. This comparison is not about which is more capable or which has the better ecosystem. It is the difference between a license that was never what it claimed and a license that was exactly what it claimed until the company outgrew it. Meta AI Research, backed by Mark Zuckerberg and led by Jan LeCun at FAIR since late 2013, published Llama 1 as a gated research release in February 2023. Someone leaked the weights to 4chan within weeks. The community built immediately. Stanford shipped an instruction-tuned version within a week. Meta formalized what the leak had started. Llama 2 in July 2023, officially free for most commercial uses, in partnership with Microsoft. Llama 3 in April 2024. Llama 3.1 in July 2024, with the 405 billion parameter model and a 128,000 token context window. Meta describes the 405B as the world's largest openly available foundation model. The community describes the license as contested. Mistral AI was founded in Paris in April 2023 by Arthur Mensch, who had left Google DeepMind, and Guillaume Lample and Timothée Lacroix, who had left Metafair. All three had graduated from École Polytechnique. Within weeks, the company raised approximately 105 million euros in seed funding. In September 2023, Mistral posted a tweet that was a magnet link: Mistral 7B Apache 2.0. No application, no restrictions, no license negotiation. In December 2023, Mistral 8x7B, a sparse mixture of experts model with approximately 12.9 billion active parameters out of 46.7 billion total. Efficient, capable, and freely licensed under Apache 2.0 with no restrictions. Both companies have the same founding year. Both reached multi-billion euro valuations within 18 months. Both have researchers whose prior work shaped the models they are now competing against. Lample and Lacroix left FAIR, the same lab that built Llama, to build Mistral. The models are competing products from the same institutional lineage. The license comparison is the structural difference between these two models in the series. Llama's restrictions are original. The Meta Community License was not a retreat from an earlier position. Meta never offered Llama under an OSI-approved open-source license. The community's frustration with the license is about the marketing language Meta uses, not about a promise that was made and broken. Meta calls Llama open source. The OSI and the community say that is not accurate. The restrictions have always been there. Mistral's license drift is a different kind of problem. Mistral 7B under Apache 2.0 in September 2023 was the most permissively licensed capable open-weight model from any significant AI lab. No commercial restrictions, no user thresholds, no revocability. A promise with no small print. By 2024, the flagship Mistral Large 2 operates under the Mistral Research License. Commercial self-deployment requires a separate agreement with Mistral. The October 2024 community thread, titled "I love Mistral, but the license sucks," documents the community's response to a company that moved its best models away from the founding premise. For users who prioritize license terms, the practical difference is significant. If the requirement is the most permissive license available on a capable model, with no commercial restrictions at any scale, Apache 2.0 on Mistral 7B and Mistral satisfies that requirement, and nothing in the Llama family does. If the requirement is the best available open-weight model with the deepest ecosystem, the difference between Meta Community License and Mistral Research License matters less. because both require engaging with a commercial company's terms at the frontier capability tier. For that user, the choice shifts to ecosystem, hardware compatibility, and benchmark performance. Llama's practical advantage over Mistral is ecosystem depth. The fine-tuning tooling on Hugging Face, the GGUF quantization formats for local deployment, the thousands of domain-specific fine-tuned variants for medical, legal, coding, multilingual, and uncensored use cases. The Llama ecosystem is larger than Mistral's by a significant margin. When benchmarks are close, Llama often wins deployment decisions because the documentation, community knowledge, and tooling are more developed. Mistral's practical advantages are specific and real. The Apache 2.0 models, Mistral 7B and Mistral, are the most permissively licensed capable models in this series. The sparse mixture of experts architecture makes Mistral more inference efficient than comparable dense models, better benchmark performance per compute dollar, lower latency at equivalent quality. The GDPR native and European sovereignty. Positioning is coherent and targets a real market. Codestral is a dedicated coding model that competes directly with specialized coding tools from larger providers. Llama's failure modes are hallucinations on obscure topics documented in April 2024, over-refusal in the instruct variants, strong enough to require vector ablation for agentic use cases, and the April 2025 Hacker News accusation of benchmark gaming with a version not representative of the distributed model. Mistral's failure modes are API downtime in April 2026 for users who switched on GDPR principles, quality regression perception in the same week, and the March 2025 alignment faking report on Mistral Large 2 that was disputed but not cleanly resolved. Both have documented issues. Neither is the clear reliability choice. The ecosystem question is where Llama leads without contest. More fine-tuned variants, more community tooling, more documentation, more established deployment patterns on consumer hardware. This advantage compounds over time because each new fine-tuned variant and each new community guide makes the next user more likely to choose Llama. Llama3 is the correct choice for builders who need the deepest ecosystem, the most community tooling, the widest range of fine-tuned variants, and the model with the best chance of having an answer already documented when something goes wrong. The license is contested, but the ecosystem gravity is real. For most open-weight AI use cases where the license is not the primary variable, Llama is the default. And the default exists for good reasons that have nothing to do with Meta's marketing. Mistral is the correct choice for users for whom the license is the primary variable. If Apache 2.0 on a capable model with no commercial restrictions at any scale is the requirement. Mistral 7B and Mistral satisfy it in a way that nothing in the Llama family does. If European data sovereignty and GDPR compliance are the requirements, Mistral's positioning is coherent, and the operational infrastructure is European. If the primary use case is code, Codestral is the argument. These are specific requirements. They are also real ones for a significant part of the market. The series question is who controls the model and under what rules. On that question, the two models represent different answers that come from different histories. Llama has always been controlled by Meta, under terms the community argues are not truly open. The ecosystem around it does not change who owns it, or what Meta can do with the license. Mistral built its identity on not being that, then built commercial terms on its best models that move it closer to being exactly that. The distance between those two starting points is real, even if the destination is converging. Llama is the ecosystem play. Mistral is the sovereignty play. The question is, which kind of control is more acceptable? Meta's from the start, or Mistral's as the company grew and the commercial terms arrived?